Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Alright, in this video I'll share with you why, after living in Dubai for 40 years, I chose not to go to Canada, not to go to say Australia, not even to go to India, but why did I choose Thailand? Okay, I'll give you my reasons, and you can chime in and let me know whether you agree or disagree with me. And remember, this is my point of view, maybe, and my lifestyle. Maybe I'll not agree with you, so feel free to disagree or put in your point of view. Okay, now if you're new to my channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. Because I stayed in Dubai for 40 years, I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai and the Middle East, that is Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, because I know the loopholes of the system. I know what works and doesn't work, what they don't explicitly say to people or in the media. And people also book my services for coaching, consulting, mentoring, whether it's personal or professional issues, especially stuff they cannot discuss with other people. Okay, now, as an expat, when you stay in Dubai, as long as you're in Dubai, you'll enjoy life, and especially if you're making money. So I was making money in Dubai. I was having a good time. I was enjoying the perks and benefits of living in that country. And Dubai is one of the best among all the Middle East countries. Dubai is, seriously, it's like the Las Vegas. There you get opportunities to network, global events. You get to meet so many nationalities, and it is like a springboard from Dubai if you want to go to Canada, Australia, anywhere in the West. It really helps you. And Dubai, the other benefit is the foreign exchange. You earn much more than back home, your home country, like especially if you compare India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, you earn much more. Like literally, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you this. Your salary, you can earn same position 10 times more. Okay, and I'm personally worked with people and helped them get such jobs. It's not every day, but it is a very strong possibility. But there are a lot of variables. If you check my previous videos, I've explained that. Okay, so now after being in Dubai, the only reason I decided to leave Dubai is because, see, Dubai, even with all its wonderful lifestyle and big money, it is an expensive place. So they give you world-class facilities. Like the infrastructure is amazing. The roads are simply marvelous. The technology is out of the world. The lifestyle is modern. You get the best brands, the best malls, the best food. But it is expensive. It's the cost of living is very high. And one of the biggest expenses is rent. Okay, which nearly 50 to 60% of your income goes. Okay, and the rest is, if you want to have a good life, you have to spend money. Okay, and obviously, if you have to be relevant in the society or groups, you can't be a miser. You have to live like the others. Okay, but then you can't do this for the rest of your life. And I was coming down to 40. When I was reaching that age of 40, you know, you after 40, if you want to make a career change, or you want to migrate, or you want to start over again, or do something new, it becomes very hard. So whatever changes you have to do is before 40. Okay, that's why I always tell people, take your career, take your life seriously before 40. Be very, very aggressive, because after 40, it's more or less you'll be going. Oh, two dogs. Hey, hi doggy. After 40, you'll more or less be going at a steady pace, and then from 50 onwards, it's either stagnation or decline. So I knew that I had to make up my mind. And Dubai, the problem is because they didn't offer citizenship, I knew I was going to be no man's land. That is why so many expatriates, by the time they reach their 40s, they, they know that, shit, I'm stuck. Now I can't go anywhere. If they leave Dubai after 40, they have to go start from zero. That is why many people who migrate to the West, after they finish the age of 40, they restart from a junior level position, which is terrible. I mean, you're earning such a big salary and then you go abroad, and now you're earning a junior salary, plus you have to pay taxes, plus you have to pay expenses, plus nobody knows you. So from 40 to 60, it's almost the last end of your career. Who's going to give you opportunities? So it's very tough. Okay, but most of the people do that for their children and the future, like old age or whatever. So it started to bug me, man, day in and day out. What the hell am I going to do after 40? Okay, do I want to be stuck in Dubai? Because then if you're stuck in Dubai, I mean, then you're totally at the mercy of the authorities or the employer, and the day he kicks you out, you'll not get a job anywhere. And if you go back to your hometown, India or whatever, after the age of 40 or 50, after staying majority of your life abroad, nobody wants to know you. Tell me, who wants to interact or get to know a washed out old person? If you're young, okay, people like to interact with you and have fun, but when you're older, people have their priorities. And I'll tell you, this is a fact. If you go back to India, that is provided you're an Indian passport holder, after living in the Middle East for many, many years, when you come back, they call you an NRI, which is not non-resident Indian, not required Indian. They'll be like, why the fuck you came back? And nobody wants you, nobody wants to get to know you, and you can't get any job which will pay you a big salary, and people find it very hard to adjust. So me personally, because I stayed in Dubai 40 years, the majority of my life, I couldn't get along in India. Okay, for me, India was just the rules, the regulations, the lifestyle. Don't mind me saying this, but it's more like a step down. Okay, and I'll tell you, some of the biggest drawbacks of going to India, especially after living in Dubai, is one is the mentality. People are too nosy, too gossipy, they're just in your face. It's too overcrowded. When you compare to Dubai, too overcrowded, too polluted, too inconvenient, And on top of that, see, India is also not cheap. I'll tell you that. If you compare Dubai and all that, yes, maybe India is slightly cheaper, but you'd want to live the same lifestyle, no? So it is expensive. India is not cheap by any means. And then when you factor in political instability, religious, superstition and practices, and you just can't. Okay. So when you compare to Dubai to India, India is a step down. Okay. But now, if you compare it to Canada, okay, Canada may look like, oh, it's a Western country, they have modern rules. Yes, there are some benefits of migrating to Canada, you know, you're treated equal. Okay, there is dignity of labor, whether you're a mechanic or whether you're a welder, a cleaner, sweeper, whatever, they'll treat you like equal. Okay. However, that is for lower level people, for the blue collar. But if you're talking of management and being in the corporate world, you can't get a big position. You'll have to start from scratch. The biggest one is the tax. Everything is taxed. Okay, there's no, like Dubai hardly has tax. Now, okay, they have started all these additional small, value added tax and whatever new small bits and pieces they come. But Canada is more expensive. And the other thing is, Canada is very lonely and very cold. It's not like Dubai is like a very small place. It's like everything is at a walking distance. Canada, if you have to live, you live somewhere far. You'll have to travel, take a train or a bus or whatever. Your workplace is at a distance. Then, coming back is also not easy. On top of that, the expenses are way too high. I'm not talking of the disaster that is there in Canada right now. I'm talking of those days. Now, though, it has become a hellhole. It's become like a Nazi place where you don't call someone with their pronouns, you can get completely cancelled or even jailed or, solid repercussions. And then on top of that, you also have Canadian, the expenses, standard of living, way too high. It's the rent itself is killing so many people. People cannot afford the rent. In fact, I found out that a lot of people, they don't even go to restaurants to eat food or go to watch movies. It's not at all cheap. It's pretty expensive. And then the social life is zero. Hardly anyone knows anyone. So unless you are going there when you're young and you have managed to, be part of the system and make friends and live that lifestyle, you will find it very hard, especially at the age of 40. Okay? Or later on, after 35 or whatever. But for me, see, where it came to my personality, where it came to my goals, both India and Canada or Australia, they had massive drawbacks. Australia is also more or less the same, although the only favorable thing is the climate is much better than Canada. But once again, very tough to adjust. Hardly anyone knows you. A lot of traveling, expensive. So where it came to my personality, see, number one, I'm tattooed. Okay? I'm tattooed. I'm not a guy who can work in the corporate world. So number one is, if I went to India, obviously can't get any job. So I'll have to do everything online. And then if I go to Canada and Australia, maybe they'll offer me a job. I can work as a security guard or a cleaner or something, which is not bad. But then that is not my career path. That is not what I'm passionate about. That is not what I want to do. And then do you think I'm going to grow in my career having a tattooed face in the corporate world? No. The second bit is to do what I'm doing online, consulting, coaching. I would need to maybe apply for license or get the legal qualifications for it, because you just can't position yourself as a coach or consultant and start guiding people. And on top of that, these places, they can sue you or they can take you to court. That itself is another headache. And then, given my controversial views, I have very strong opinions. You don't know, some nut job in Canada or Australia would say, oh, this hurt my feelings. I mentally broke down. I had to visit a doctor. I'm going to sue him for damages. That is a problem in these Western countries. And then when you talk of India, just imagine if you criticize a political party or you criticize a religion, bloody hell, you might get someone who will turn up at your doorstep and not only beat the daylights out of you, they might vandalize everything that you have. They'll break my stuff, and they might even launch a, first information report, it is FIR, or get police involved. Or India is even worse. In the middle of the road, someone can just stop you and start hammering you. We have seen this, groups of men, and you can't retaliate. I mean, how far can you push it? If you retaliate, maybe they'll bring 20 guys. Then if you use a weapon, maybe they'll take a knife and stab you. All this is the reality in India. And you get this mob mentality where gangs of people come to attack you. And so India was, for my lifestyle, no. And remember, in India, the other problem is the gossipy nature. They're just jobless. They just want to know what you're doing, where are you, what do you work as, why you're single, why you're married, why do you have tattoos, why don't you come to pray, this, that. Who wants all that drama, man? So there are plus points also. I'm not saying there are no plus points. India, being an Indian citizen, Indian passport holder, I don't have to worry. I'm like a citizen in the country. But I think that's where it stops. I don't see any other benefit apart from that. I mean, what other benefit do I get apart from I'm an Indian, I have an Indian passport, I can live in India, roam around freely in India. I don't know what other benefit is there. Because if you pay tax in India, I don't know what benefits you get. You pay tax in Canada or pay tax in Australia, at least you get government benefits. So I was in a limbo where to go. So then the only other option that I found was Asian countries. But now remember, Asian countries like Philippines and Thailand, Vietnam, all these other countries, there are plus and minuses. Philippines, the major drawback that I found, it's mainly like below the poverty line, okay? But the major area of the scare that prevented me from going to the Philippines was not only crowded, not only high crime rates, not only it's more like a very Western lifestyle, but it's more like the slums. So there's drug addiction, this and that. Crime rate is pretty high. But I think it was the weather, the unpredictable weather. There are so many cyclones, there are so many natural disasters which are taking place in the Philippines. And you can see the news. So many people who are displaced, and it's a tough life. Philippines, even though slightly modern in terms of its mentality and all, but yeah, the other factors are very much like Indian, gossipy, and I think one of the worst Filipino traits is the crab mentality, where they like to pull you down. And so I was not very much, and they are very happy-go-lucky, like alcohol, fun, and lack of, ambition or wanting to be the thing. But they are creative, They're creative a lot. But they just want to be happy. So I was like, that's not my kind of thing. So then, finally, see, I don't know all other countries, but Thailand came absolutely by accident. Okay? I came the first time when I went to Pattaya, and obviously it was for, to see the girls in the red light district and all. My friend, he took me visa on arrival for 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go check it out. And I kind of enjoyed it. It was okay. And even that time, I didn't think of moving to Thailand. But then when I found a girl an American female who decided to go on a date, and I came to this part of the island, it was then that I saw nature, I saw oh, it's so quiet. And that time there were even less people on this island. So I was like, this is a very nice place, man. Very quiet. You can see, no? See how nature is. Very quiet and there's not much hustle, bustle. And I was like, this is nice. Okay. And so I thought, okay, fine, can come here. And I'll tell you, here is where a big blunder took place, big mistake. I was given the wrong advice by some visa agents and it was a registered company here. They gave me the wrong advice that I can just come and get visa, not only visa on arrival, they'll get me the visa very easily. There were a lot of options that they were offering. You can get a student visa, like you're learning Thai, and then you can get you can go for visa runs. So they had offered me a lot of options, and it was very cheap and very affordable. And, obviously I don't know the laws of this country, so I was new. And I'm going to an actual legal firm that has a proper office with a Thai person, with a foreigner, and actually taking their legal advice. And so I thought, okay, fine, you're giving me the right advice, you can get my visa done, fine. I didn't know that they only prefer Western expatriates, okay, Western passport holders. These benefits that they were talking, okay, your education visa or, you can get a visa and go for a border run, is only for Western expats. I didn't know that for Indians, Pakistanis, or whatever, these other, like you could say it's not the non-Western countries, that you would have to, the only visa you can get is business visa or elite visa, which you have to deposit millions. So I was not aware of that. And based on the stupid, wrong advice, I slowly started to make the transition to leave Dubai, packed all my stuff, send it via, ship container, all my books. Because if you know, my books itself cost me a fortune. Oh, nice little buffalo. I think you're a buffalo. Okay, see, you can see buffalo. Okay, so I sent my books, and it cost me a fortune, sending my books. And I closed shop, everything there in Dubai. Said my goodbyes, and then I came here. Once after I came here, I told these guys, okay, fine. You said you can do my visa. They had taken the money full 100% in advance and said, hey, I will get your visa done. But, people, before they get the money, they're very nice, professional and kind. But after they get the money, they start acting like total jerks. So remember, you get a 2 weeks visa on arrival for an Indian passport holder. So these guys, after I came, I told them, I'm here, can you make my visa? He said, fine. He took my passport. Hey, doggy, how are you? He took my passport. He said, okay, come back after 3 days. I said, fine. Okay. So now I have 14 days. So 3 days means 11. So after 3 days, the first time when I went there, he said, no, take an appointment and then meet me. Okay, fine, I'll take an appointment. He gave me an appointment after 3 days. After 3 days, I went, I gave my passport. He said, okay, come after 3 days. We'll do your work. Fine. So now 6 days are gone. So out of the 2 weeks, 1 week is gone. 1 more week is left. So after the 1 week was gone, the final week, I went to him. I said, okay, where's my passport? Where's my visa? And there he tells me, oh, we just found out that you being an Indian passport holder, we can't give you a visa. I said, okay. That was news to me. Okay, you can't get it. So what is the solution? You're supposed to provide a visa. You're a visa services company. So I said, what's the solution? To my shock, this guy tells me, I don't know. I was like, what the fuck are you talking, man? You just took my money. You made me shift my entire residence. I've sent my stuff on, the ship and all that. It's all coming here. I've closed down my business there or whatever practice I had in Dubai. And now I'm in no man's land and you're telling me you can't do anything? You say, yeah, sorry. I'll tell you, even though I was like, just keeping calm, I wanted to strangle his neck and kill him. I only had 3 more days left and he didn't bother to take any accountability, responsibility, and he didn't want to give me a refund. I thankfully managed to make a Thai friend here, and that also this female I met on Thai Cupid on a dating this thing. So we are talking about marriage, and then I met her sister. Her sister had someone. She knew someone influential, not influential, muscled guy. So I went to her. I told her this is the problem. So she, with her husband and this muscle chap, came to this guy's office, 4, 5, 6 guys, and said, get me the money now, get his money. I'll tell you, he started shivering. He gave the money back, minus the charges, whatever that they went up and down. So I got this money and bye-bye. And then, it was not a very easy thing. I had to go back to Dubai. Thankfully, I didn't cancel the visa. I had to figure out what are the different visa options. Finally, I realized there was no other option other than taking a business visa, which costs money. It's a slightly lengthy process. But thankfully, because I got the right people, it took me time. I think 1.5 months or whatever. I'll tell you, I was really at the edge. Finally, I managed to get it. It cost me, thankfully I had savings. It cost me quite a lot. So finally, after getting the visa, everything came down here. And then began the painful journey of starting everything from zero. Okay, because a lot of unexpected expenses. It was tough. And that is where, if you join the dots and see my old videos, I told you, when I came here, I had 0 clients, 0 people online, 0 friends, 0 connections, 0 online presence. And I literally had to start. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know how I was going to earn money. And I was sitting in my house all alone, every single day, all alone. No friends, no nothing. Okay, thinking, can I do Facebook Live, Facebook marketing? Can I do on Quora? Can I write articles on Medium? That time I didn't even view YouTube as uploading videos, nothing. And from there I started, and then I was lucky that one video, which was 10 reasons not to stay in Dubai, which is the highest viewed video on my channel, that went viral. So from hardly 1,000 subscribers, it jumped to 30,000. And that is where I got saving grace. And from there, more subscribers, more people. And slowly I started factoring in, what are the services that I can provide? And that's where I'm today. See, in a way, I'm kind of, what makes Thailand ideal for me? Is it cheap? Absolutely not. Okay. There are expenses, but it is only cheap if you live within your means. Like you see, most of the time I dress up simple, right? I don't wear any fancy clothes. I don't go out to eat in fancy restaurants. You notice all my videos, just simple, without a shirt. And even my videos that I that I shoot at home, the videos that I shoot at home, you see, very simple, standard. I wear a black shirt. So many people here, for years, they thought I was some backpacker. They thought I was some very poor man. And I prefer it that way. They thought I was very, very poor. Many didn't even look at my face. They used to feel sorry for me. They thought, oh, this guy doesn't have any money. So I used to live that simple. And even though I have the capacity to buy maybe a few better things, I chose to remain simple like this. I don't go out. And yes, my other habits. I don't socialize. I don't keep friends. I don't like to meet people. I don't like people meeting me. I don't smoke. I don't drink. And even eating food after my bariatric surgery. After the surgery, by the way, the surgery I had was in Kerala, Silver Line Hospital. Highly recommended. What are these people screaming? So what I had was, it was a very very peaceful life for me here. Okay, apart from these boys, I'm just making noises now. But see, here I'm very happy. It's a very simple life. And when I compare it to India, the benefits over here for my lifestyle, for my personality, outweigh that of India. Like, I'll give you some direct comparisons between India and here. The biggest one is there are no nosy neighbors. There's nobody who's interested or bothered about me. There's no religious superstition or this thing. People, they mind their own business, they leave me. And it slightly has kind of a modern outlook. Like, for example, there are massage parlors here. Guys and girls can go for a date. You can take your beer, you can take your alcohol, sit on the road and drink. Nobody is going to bother you. Which in Middle East countries you can't do. In India, if you're with a girl, who are you? Who's this? Why? 110 things. I can literally bring a girl every single day to my villa. Nobody's going to question me as long as I, don't disturb the neighbors and all that. So, which anyway I don't do. Then on top of that is the food is very, very cheap, very, very affordable in comparison to India. Then, there is no traffic, there's no pollution. It's very, very quiet here. Yes, I'm aware that India has places which are very natural and very quiet. But, for me, it's much better here, yeah. And yes, the internet services are great. The only problem is the language and people are very laid back here. Like, if I have to get something for repair, it becomes quite a hassle. Like, I wanted my bathroom door to be repaired, which, my wife got stuck and I had to break it down. It took me, I think, 3 weeks, 4 weeks to literally find someone and convince them to come and do. Finally, the most unpredictable person, unknown person, helped me and got me someone else's number and they fixed it. So there are ups and downs, but for me, Thailand is very peaceful. And yes, the women here, in comparison to India, I'm telling you, my personality, miles apart. I cannot, I'm sorry, but don't get me wrong. I'm not the type for an Indian woman. Okay? My tattoos, my lifestyle, I know they will look at me as a mental retard, freak, whatever, which I'm glad. And I respectfully understand that I'm not their type. In the same way, Indian women are not my type. They have too many demands, too many expectations, very hard to maintain. And yeah, I've already made videos on them. From personal hygiene to being, they'll ruin your bloody peace of mind. I prefer the woman that I'm married to, and I'm very lucky. No, it's not. And by the way, it's not that it's easy to get a simple woman like the one I have. There also, be careful. Don't think that every Thai female is the most loving, caring, and giving. You'll be taken for a ride. In fact, let me give you a news flash. If you're an Indian passport holder, they are not at all interested. because Indians have a very, very extremely bad name in Thailand. Very, very bad name because of the low quality, low class tourists who have come here. So overall, you could say that given all these, all these points, for me, Thailand is the best place to be. And I'm sincerely not regretting being here. Canada, though, is a fucking disaster. It's not. It has lost its charm, and Trudeau and the woke crowd, they've destroyed Canada for whatever it is, and it's not easy. Canada is not a cakewalk. You have to literally give 20 years or 30 years of your life to reach where you want to, and it's a lot of hard work. Okay, so I might as well that same for my brand. And if I were to go to Canada, I had to give up my brand. Canada, Australia, I had to give up my brand and it's expensive, right? And then India, though, I don't think most of the videos that I post online, I could do that without someone causing me trouble or hassle or getting a group of hooligans or, my life being in danger or, religious craziness is there, political madness. I would personally get attacked and I'd have police case after police case, and very dangerous place, India, at least for my personality and my lifestyle. And yes, I like the peace and calm that is here. So overall, this is the reason why I prefer Thailand over all other countries. And like I said, it's not perfect, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for what I have. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? You agree, disagree? Where would be your ideal country to migrate? And remember, it's not that Thailand is for you. Maybe some other country, So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I definitely read your comments. And let's take it on from there. All right? Guys, take care. This is me signing off. Ciao.